In this video, we will work on the detail page of our movie app. So let's start by creating a new group and let's name it as detail. We need to move it down and let's just create a new SwiftUI file and we will name it as detail view. So this view will we will need a movie in here, or better I guess we should have a new file and let's name it as maybe detail view model. So instead of, let's just first create our view model. So detail view model, and then let's just have maybe let movie, and then I guess we need an init. So that's it. So now we can just use our view model here and let's have our view model, and then we need an init for this detail view, and then we can just have this our VM equals to state object ref value is detail view model movie, pass in the movie. So in the preview we can use the dev.movie, and we also need in here the environment value of presentation mode to dismiss this view. So I guess that's it. Yeah, we need to provide the word in here, and then yeah, so we can just create few folders here. So you get a view model, let's have a view folder. So let's move them to their respective files. Now let's just quickly connect this with our home view. So in the home view model we will have selected movie. By default let's just make it null, and then in the home view we can have it like this, maybe dot full screen cover, this one. Then we can use dot selected, and for the content let's have it like this. So we can now use detail view here, pause in the movie, and from I guess let's just for now we just have this tab gesture on our trending movies, and once you select it let's pass it to the detail. So our connection is done. Now we can just go to our detail view, and okay, so that's it. I guess now we actually need to, okay, actually we have two images here. If you notice in the detail view we have this a different image and this is a different image, and this is because we have two images references in our view model. Sorry, not in our view, in our model, not the view model. So we have this poster path and then we have this backdrop path. So these are two different images. So what we need to do in here is we can have another, I guess, URL in here, or maybe we should, I guess, have a function. Let's just have a function get image, and we actually first need to create image type. So let's just say movie image type. Let's just say if the user wants the poster or backdrop image, and then we can have get image. We need to pass in get image for type, so this will be movie image type, and then we need to return string from here. not the stroke child, sorry. So, and then what we can do is we can simply I guess we just need the base URL first of all, and then we can check if okay, I guess we really need this switch, because without it we won't be able to differentiate. So if the user is requesting post or image, then what we can do is we can first check because if let's just make this as nullable. In case if it's not available, we will use the backdrop image. So what we can do in here, let's just for now have a null check, and then for here we can do like if poster is equals to nil, and if it's nil, then we can maybe try to use the backdrop image dot string value. That's the string extension we created in the first video, and then afterwards if it's not null, then we will return the string value. So I guess we can do here as well. So yeah, so if the user is requesting poster, we check if the poster is, and it should be poster path. If poster path is null, is not available, then we simply return the background image, and if it's available, then we can return it. And same for this one. For the backdrop, we just have to set the priority for the backdrop. If it's null, then you have to return the poster image, and if it's not null, you just need to return the backdrop path. So that's how we can utilize both of these images, I guess. So now in our detail view, or maybe in our, I guess this, where is this custom image view, we actually need to provide the type for this image as well. So let's just say yeah, I guess image type. So movie image type, and by default let's use the poster image. So in here what we can do, let's make it var so that user can change it. So in here, instead of this, we can use the movie dot get image for image type. So by default it will keep on getting the poster image, but for this detailed view we will utilize both of them. So that's one thing we had to do. Now we just need to have, let's just start by the vstack first, have the alignment dot leading, and then we might need zstack here. Let's first put the alignment leading, and then we need to have this custom image view, and let's just have few extensions or few variable here. Let's just name it as maybe poster image height, and this should be cg float, and we already have a screen height, so we just have to multiply it by maybe 35% of the screen. So for the width, we will use the screen width. We want it as long as wide as the width of the screen, and for the image this, and then for whatever movie it's passed to this guy, it's available from the VM, so use VM. And then I guess we need to, yeah, that's it for this background. And we actually have this tab bar at the top, or toolbar, or app bar I would say. So you might need another Z stack in here with alignment of top, and let's have this one, and then we need to have this edge tag with, I think, yeah, we just need edge tag. So we need the image dot back icon, and let's have on tab gesture for it, and user tab it. We just need to dismiss this view, and then we need a spacer, and then we have a text that says detail, and then we need a spacer, and then we have icon, let's bookmark. Then we might need padding and a background. Background should be same as the app background, and we also need to give background to this vstack, so maybe have a padding, or yeah, I guess we don't need padding because we have this image that utilizes the full width. So for now I guess we can only apply the background. Yeah, and then we just need to have the preferred color scheme as dark. So that's it for this Z-stack. Now we need to have this edge stack, and with, I guess we don't need alignment as well in here. We just need this edge tag. It's further has this custom image view, and okay, so we now need, let's just have backdrop image height CG floor, or instead of height I guess the proper keyword can be size, so yeah, that's better. And we can just return screen height, maybe like 20% of the screen, or maybe 22%. So we will use same because we want it to be a square. Movie will be movie, or vm.d, not the vm.movie, and then not the release date. And we need to provide the image type, and that should be backdrop. And then we need this text for the movie, so it will be vam.movie.title, and let's give it a minimum scale factor of 0.5 so that it can scale it down if the title is pretty large. And let's just give this one maybe a padding, and then maybe I think we need to give it offset, so its offset would be same as this backdrop image. Screen height, let's have a variable for it. Backdrop image offset should be like this, I guess, a little more than the, yeah. So this is the Y offset because it's, you know, it's a little down here. So that's it for the top bar, I guess. Let's just see how it looks. We actually have this rating in here that we will get to it, but let's just see what's the issue. Oh, sorry, I keep on putting null. It should be nil. Still some issues. Okay, what it says, poster pot. Very strange. Let's just see, because I actually, in my preview provider, yeah, I actually changed, but these are fine. I just utilizes a different value from the example, and it was a working image. So let's just check if we made any mistake in movie. I guess this looks fine. We can just remove this one because we no longer need it. Check if we have any issue here. The home view looks fine, so I guess our error may be gone. So let's have the canvas, but where is the canvas? Oh, okay, we have to go to the detail view to actually view the canvas. So that's how it looks for now. We can just add some space so that it says it's, you know, our content is in a good way. So yeah, I guess that this looks fine. This is great. we just have to reduce the offset maybe by 15, I guess. Yeah, I think this looks fine. So the next thing we need to do is I think we need to have a padding for the title. Let's for now have offset value and see how it looks. So yeah, it looks fine. So we need to actually have another variable. Let's name it as title offset, and let's maybe have 12 for it because we need it. Yeah, so that's great. So we are done with this. So what we can do is maybe we can just have a private extension here. Let's name it as detail view, and we can have maybe a header, and let's have some view return from here, and we can then move this Z tag into this header. So now we can simply utilize this header here. And then we actually need to have another V stack in here. And this is because we are going to first have some padding, and secondly we are going to have an I guess let's have a padding from top, and we will actually name it as maybe let's name it as the content offset, because if for now it will this whole content will be on some place here, so we want it a bit shift down a little bit, so we have this content padding. Let's have 0.10, and we can adjust this value later on. And in here we actually are going to have an h tag. We can actually have a separate view for this, but let's just use the h tag for now. It will be a little quick, so we can have a printer icon, and then we need this text. So I think we can use the vm.movie.releaseDate.string value, or if it's not available, let's just have maybe the current year for this. And then we need to have a text like this. So let's copy this 3 times because we have 3 values here. And let's, for the second is clock icon. You can just check if you have this value for the duration. For now I will just put a static value. You guys can check it. And for the last one is the genre icon, and I think we may have a genre, but it definitely needs a check. So for the foreground color, let's use this color 2, I think. And yeah, that's it for this section. Then we have this section where I think we might need some enum or something. Yeah, so we will need the enum detail view section. So it will let's conform to string, and then we need to have like about and then review. So this the cost section. I'm not going to work on it. If you can export the API, and if there is some cost data available, you can utilize it. And for now, just quickly have this raw value, switch self, and for about, let's return about movie. For this, let's return reviews. So that's for this section. Then I guess we might need a code for this section. So we can have a new code in here. It should be SwiftUI view. Let's name it as detail section code. It will be a lot more similar to this Swift, this view we just created earlier, the genre card. It will actually have this, let's see, I guess this guy in here. So section, and then we might need a binding of var selected section, should be same, and then I guess it might need namespace as well. Yes, and for the text we will have section dot raw value, and let's use poppins, maybe medium 16 for this, and then we are going to have a background, I guess, and we need gstack in here. We just need to check if section is equals to selected section, then we are going to have a rounded rectangle, corner radius 10 with the height of 3, and then we need an offset y 20 maybe, yeah, I think, and then we need geometry effect, and it should be, the ID should be this, namespace should be this. We need to pass the values. Section, let's have maybe about, namespace, let's create it, and this, let's have constant value of about maybe. So I guess that's all. Let's just have a padding at the end, and we can go into our detail view, and let's just have maybe our detail view model. Yeah, and then let's just have an array of which sections we want to display on our UI. So detail view section, let's have the about, and then the review section. So now we can go into the detail view, and we can have for each here. For each view model dot sections, let's just have a section in here, and can we do this like self? We just have to confirm, and then we just have to, yeah, so we just need to have this section code. So it's detail section code, and we need to pass in this section, and then we need to have a selected section. So let's have publish var selected section. So let's start by about, so we can pass in, we need the namespace in here, so, and then we can pass in the vm dot selected section. Let's see how this looks. Okay, this looks good. We just have to put, I guess, this into Xtag in here. Yeah, and then we can have this on tab gesture, where we can use with animation dot maybe is in out, and we can have vm dot selected section equals to section, so that we can switch between them. Yeah, that's fine. And I think we have no release date in here, so let's just give it first a frame of max width dot infinity, so that it can center itself. It's better. And I guess this release date is not coming or it's empty or something, so that's why we don't have any text. So for now I will just put this before value and quickly into our details section called uh, we do have this popins value. So I guess that's all for this video. In the next video we will try to load the reviews for this movie. So that's it. Thank you.